Hey, I'm Sean. I wanted to do kind of a quicker introduction to the channel and the first project on the channel, which is going to be this 1986 Foxbody Mustang. So kind of to introduce why I have this and the idea behind it. So I was watching some of these popular YouTube videos of like Cletus McFarlane, the Boosted Boys, and a bunch of other ones, and they were doing this event that kind of captured my interest called drag and drive events. And these events are, it's all drag racing, but these events are centered around keeping your car alive for an entire week, both drag racing and driving on the road to the different drag race facilities for that event. There's typically 4 to 5 different drag racing tracks you'll go to, and at each track you'll run some qualifying passes and you'll end up in a certain class with your vehicle, and then you're going to try the whole week to stay in that class, stay on top of that class, or if you're in a bracket, remain within that time that you have bracketed. So like if you run an 850 or 855 and you want to be in the 850 bracket, so you want to run as close to 850, which is 8.5 seconds, as you can at every track. So maybe you'll run great at the first track, and then you'll drive, on your driving route, and then during the driving route you have a breakdown. Well, you got to get that car fixed back on the road with no support vehicle, and to the event. And sometimes the people will break down and they will have to just withdraw from the event. So, and then the last day of the event is driving back to the original starting track of the event, and then trying to, put down your best time. And so at the end of the week, if you are a survivor of that week, then, that's accomplishment enough for most people. And for me, drag racing is cool, but like, it's kind of a who's got a bigger wallet kind of a thing. And this drag and drive type event is more interesting to me because you got your drive aspect, you got your drag racing aspect, and a lot of people there are just on a budget. And so I am also trying to build this vehicle on a budget. So I'm trying to build a stick shift vehicle with a yet to be revealed engine that does 7 seconds in the quarter mile, and then also be able to drive it on the street to the next event. There's not a lot to introduce about this vehicle, but it was a car I found on Facebook Marketplace when I was looking for go-karts for my daughter. So I was on this listing of go-karts, and there was this Foxbody in the background of the picture. And so I messaged the guy, "Oh, do you want to get rid of that Mustang?" And he said, "Sure, I'll get rid of that." And so it had an engine, it had a ton of parts on it, and he gave it to me for $200, so quite a steal. And so that's kind of the budget mindset of the whole car. Like, I already, I sold the engine because I'm going a different route with it, and I sold a bunch of the seats and everything within it. So at this point, I'm still haven't spent more than $200 total on the car, even with everything that's in it, like the mini tubs, and I guess there's not a lot in it, to be honest, but I cut most of it out. So anyway, the next step, like I was saying previously, is getting the safety equipment, the roll cage put in. And yeah, so this may not be the only vehicle that's going to be on my channel, but it's going to be the vehicle that kind of starts it out. I have a lot of other projects that we do. So there's this Honda Civic over here. This is a Lemons Racing Honda Civic that we built, my friends and I, basically from a junkyard car up to this. And we do some Lemons Racing in Colorado here, and we may race out of state. But this is a little Honda D16 engine with a little turbocharger on it. So this vehicle over here is kind of a test bed for some of the parts that I'm putting on the drag and drive Foxbody. I also got this chassis dirt cheap, and just kind of pre-mounting some parts that I'm, working on for the 86. So like you can see right now, I've got the steering column and I'm looking at the drive-by-wire throttle. And I just basically test all the parts on this first to see how they're going to kind of lay out, see where I might have to cut or modify the actual body. And then moving on, we have this 2021 Mustang GT up on the left here. This is a project I hope doesn't take me too much longer if I get the motivation, but I'm using twin turbocharging this car, and so I went the budget route again and went for the On3 twin turbo kit. And if you go a budget route with anything, you're going to be spending all your time making things fit, making things work, and the kit's a good kit, but there's a lot of things that outside of the instructions that I need to do to make it work. We got in the background here, we have a 1961 Jeep Willys Wagon. It's not really much of a project, but might be doing things here and there on that just to keep it up and running. But this has been a vehicle in our family for probably 30 years now, and now it's mine. So I think that's kind of it for now, and if anything else comes up, we'll be able to dive into other projects as they come up.